wild morning in which my wife is watering the yard. Wildchair here, and I am reviewing some charts. I've got lines for days. Here, here, and here. Oh, these look like targets. This might be it if we're particularly weak, and this looks like we're particularly weak. We may just kind of dump out here. I'm looking at the 4 hour to really justify what I think my higher time frame bias is right now. I do believe we are going up before we come down. I think you know how this went up here and came down. Now we have a big leg. We come up here and come down. Simple as that. It's a fractal. My goal today is to see if I can place limit orders to get in the trades that I want. That's really the main trading goal. The rest are be patient, use a 4 hour higher time frame, and then do better trade recaps. Got this, H4. This kick will stay on there. I'm going to use this as reference for my week. It's just a reference I like to build every Monday. It's 7:30. I don't want to tag the opening bell necessarily, unless I have to. I've noticed that I'm doing pretty terrible, right? And there's execution problem, a preparation problem, or a process problem. And to be honest, I think it's a combination of all three, right? Execution, preparation, and process. So I'm going to do what I can to really hone that in better. I gotta get new glasses, dude. I'm getting too old for this stuff. Alright, New York Midnight Open. What'd we do? Ooh, man, we are collecting above here. Huh? This looks like it could arc. Fascinating. We are also at yesterday's first presented. Let's dull the noise here. Although valid and we want it on our chart, we do not want the amount of noise. 7 o'clock. Probably take note of that because if I want to start trading Asia, I think that's where I probably want to do it, right? So we've rebalanced through our previous first presented gap. We have a little miniature market maker buy model here on 1. It already wicked down into this, so we may expect that to just shoot and continue. If it doesn't, this is where I would buy it. I don't think so because this wick, but I said I want to practice a limit order. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see, we got 5 seconds. Come down here. Do half of that. Let's see what happens. We still haven't gotten our first presented fair value gap on this actual trade. It's not a big deal. I now have an entry, which is better entry than if I were to chase it. My entry was we'd come down here and then go up. Now I need to make sure my target makes sense because I'm trading this on a 4 hour. Let's get rid of these noises. Previous week low. I don't know if we're going all the way up the previous week low. This is the top of the candle. That's the fair value gap. This is an easy low-hanging fruit target if I want. I do have all these other targets up here and here, but the low-hanging fruit target might be my boy. Aphantasia. Aphantasia is the inability to picture things in your mind's eye. So when I look at the charts, I'm not exactly imagining there's a fair value gap box here. I can see that it exists here, but I can't actually see like the box or whatever. And so when I get rid of these drawings, on one hand, it's a beautiful chart and I have clarity. But on the other hand, I don't always remember where things are. I don't have that visual trace. Oh yeah, down here, down here, down here. So I like to have it on and off. Just switch on, switch off. I'm gonna go ahead and move that to break even. We're at 20. I'm gonna add to this position. And with my aphantasia, it can make it really difficult some days to really tune in and know what I'm looking for. Likewise, noise. When I have too much noise on the patterns of noise, that's also a problem. So I have to figure out ways to balance noise and then not being able to see things. I'm gonna go ahead and move this to break even. I can see this coming down here and I will take that. I'll do this. I'm trying to be a little cheap. You've got this first presented fair value gap, but you could chop around here, come all the way down here, and then go up. This is, I got what, 4 on right now? I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 here. Now, essentially, now what I'm doing is just looking for potential spots to increase our size. Will it continue to break away? Will this hold? Will I get this $410? Will it come tag these relative equal lows? Don't do that to me. That makes sense. Bad trade. I just did revenge. And that's how a revenge can hurt you. Let's go to our 1. This is our first presented. Take a moment. Don't death spiral. I'm really disappointed in that. You can see I really wanted that. I was willing to do anything for it. this is where I should buy. And don't think we are coming all the way through here, but we may come all the way through this tag up. But I'm gonna have faith in my boy right here. And we're gonna breathe. I mean, it's really right there, isn't it? That's the target I was going for. So one trade at a time. One trade at a time. I still want a revenge trade. What I want to do is load up and just put my stop right here. As many as I can. That's generally what I would do. I'm not doing that right now. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going one trade at a time. I'm going to see this forcefully displace. I do think we have a good shot now to reach the previous day high. I'm going to mark this level here. Historically speaking, I expect it to tag here to go up here. To come down. It may blow through my stops a lot. But this is what I would go for. I'm debating whether or not to do. I mean, I don't want to get caught in the scalp, but this makes sense here. We're going to go really cheap. We're just going to get a little pocket change, right? Second verse, same as the first. I have to be careful. I don't want to trigger my dopamine stuff. Ah! This is chopping me out. We're going to go for it again. Push through, baby. I didn't like, yeah, that was terrible. These are my executions. Not the greatest. So I'm going to use this as a screenshot and then track my executions for my journal today, because that was one of my important things to do is write it down. Way too many trades. This worked out. I got so arrogant pushing for this. My ego kicks in against the grain more than it does with the grain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm bearish for a day. I suspect we're going to do a manipulation phase. And I don't really seize it right. I go back and forth. I want this when this was obvious. My ego blinded me to see that, because this is obvious. That is really obvious. Any experienced trader will tell you that is pretty obvious. If you're a trend trader, that's a trend break. If you're looking for fair value gaps, that's pretty obvious, especially when you align it with time, 750. I don't use indicators, RSI or whatever, but like, I mean, this is so obvious that no one needs an indicator. This is the short. That is the short. And this is me trying to be cute and chase, cute and chase, cute and chase. Bummed. You know, I have the right ideas. I understand what the market wants to do. And then my ego kicks in. And I get so obsessed with it that it's detrimental to my success. Don't do what I did. But I will get there. I'm not ending that on a bad note. The purpose of this video isn't to show off that I'm going to do, that I do amazing, right? It's so that other people can see that this trader today, June 9th, 2026, what he went through to be the trader 6 months from now. Because I assure you, I'm going to be badass 6 months from now. I know how to trade. I don't know how to control myself. That's what I'm doing.